Nikki Glaser is having what can only be described as the career moment of a lifetime. After years of grinding through the comedy circuit, hosting, podcasting, and roasting, she has finally exploded into mainstream consciousness in a way that few comedians ever get to experience. And right at the peak of her cultural moment, she's doing what she's always done best, being brutally, hilariously, uncomfortably honest about her personal life. In a recent candid revelation, Nikki openly admitted that her boyfriend simply is not on board with what she calls her weird fetish. And no, we're not talking about something you'd find in a late-night thriller. We're talking about her self-described desire to hook up with other people while in a relationship. The internet, predictably, went absolutely wild. Let's break down exactly what happened, why it matters, and what this moment says about one of comedy's most refreshingly unfiltered voices. If you're somehow not yet familiar with Nikki Glaser, here's the crash course you didn't know you needed. Nikki has been a fixture in the stand-up comedy world for well over a decade, earning respect from peers and fans alike for her no-holds-barred approach to personal storytelling. She's hosted shows, appeared on countless roasts, and built a deeply loyal fan base through her podcast and live performances. But it was her absolutely show-stopping performance hosting the 2025 Golden Globes that sent her career into a completely different stratosphere. She was sharp, she was fearless, and she roasted some of the biggest names in Hollywood with a precision and charm that left the entire industry talking. Overnight, Nikki Glaser went from a beloved insider's comedian to a full-blown mainstream superstar. With that new spotlight came an even bigger appetite from the public to know more about her, her thoughts, her humor, her relationships. And Nikki, true to form, has never been one to play the celebrity game of carefully curated mystique. She talks. She shares. She overshares, some might say. And her fans absolutely love her for it. Her romantic life has often been fodder for her comedy, and her current relationship is no different. So here's what went down. During a recent interview and in commentary that circulated widely across entertainment and pop culture platforms, Nikki Glaser opened up about her relationship dynamic with her current boyfriend. With her signature deadpan delivery and total lack of shame, she admitted that she has what she herself described as a weird fetish. Specifically, a genuine desire to hook up with other people even while being in a committed relationship. Now, before you jump to conclusions, Nikki wasn't presenting this as a relationship crisis or some scandalous secret she was hiding. She was talking about it the way only Nikki Glaser can, openly, humorously, and with complete self-awareness. The punchline, if you will, is that her boyfriend simply isn't into it. He's not on board with the idea. And rather than treating this as a source of drama or tension, Nikki framed it with her characteristic wit, acknowledging the mismatch with a kind of amused resignation that only someone deeply comfortable in their own skin could pull off. She wasn't throwing her boyfriend under the bus. She wasn't issuing a manifesto. She was just being honest, the way she always is, about the sometimes messy and complicated reality of being a human being with desires that don't always align perfectly with your partner's. What makes this moment so distinctly Nikki is the fact that she owns her perspective entirely. She doesn't apologize for the desire, but she also doesn't villainize her boyfriend for not sharing it. It's a nuanced take delivered with comedy, and it's exactly the kind of thing that makes her stand apart in an entertainment landscape full of carefully managed public personas. She essentially normalized a conversation that most couples have in private, the negotiation of desires, the navigation of compatibility, and brought it out into the open with a laugh attached to it. As you might expect, the internet had a field day. Social media platforms lit up almost immediately after clips and quotes from the interview began circulating. Fans of Nikki flooded comment sections with responses ranging from hysterical laughter to genuine admiration for her honesty. Many people praised her for talking about something that is often treated as taboo in public discourse about relationships, while doing so without making it feel salacious or inappropriate. The hashtags and quote tweets piled up as people shared their own takes, many of them applauding Nikki for her trademark candor. Media outlets across the entertainment spectrum picked the story up quickly, with many framing it within the broader narrative of Nikki Glaser's skyrocketing public profile. Entertainment journalists noted that this kind of unfiltered personal revelation is precisely what separates her from a lot of her contemporaries. In an age where many celebrities are intensely private or strategically curated in their public image, Nikki remains authentically and sometimes jaw-droppingly real. Some commentators use the moment to spark broader conversations about open relationships, compatibility, and the very human experience of wanting things your partner doesn't, conversations that resonated far beyond Nikki's existing fanbase. Here's the thing, this isn't just a funny anecdote from a celebrity interview. It's a window into why Nikki Glaser has connected with audiences so deeply and so durably. Comedy has always been most powerful when it comes from a place of genuine truth, and Nikki has built her entire career on excavating uncomfortable truths and presenting them with humor and intelligence. When she talks about her relationship in this way, she's not being reckless or attention-seeking. She's doing what she's always done, which is refusing to pretend that life is neater or simpler than it actually is. It also says something meaningful about the cultural moment we're in. Audiences are increasingly drawn to authenticity. The age of the perfectly polished celebrity who never says anything surprising is fading. People want realness, and Nikki Glaser delivers it in spades. This revelation, however personal, only deepens the connection her fans feel with her, because most people, at some point in their lives, have experienced the tension between what they want and what their relationship allows. Nikki just says it out loud, and in doing so, makes everyone feel a little less alone. Looking ahead, this moment is almost certainly going to fuel more content, more conversation, and more curiosity about Nikki's life and work. She has a live performance schedule that continues to grow, and you can bet that this particular piece of her personal narrative is going to make its way into her stand-up material in some form. Nikki has never been shy about mining her own life for comedy gold, and a story this rich, with the humor, the vulnerability, and the relatable human messiness all baked in, is practically begging to become a bit. Audiences at her upcoming shows are going to be watching closely. Beyond her own projects, this moment adds another layer to what is shaping up to be one of the most fascinating celebrity stories of the year. Nikki Glaser is in a rare position. She has credibility with the comedy world. She has mainstream appeal after the Golden Globes, and she has a genuine personality that translates across every platform. Whatever she does next, people are paying attention. At the end of the day, Nikki Glaser did what Nikki Glaser always does. She told the truth, made people laugh, and sparked a conversation that went far beyond the original headline. Her admission about her boyfriend not being into her so-called weird fetish is at its core a story about honesty in relationships, the complexity of human desire, and the refreshing power of someone who simply refuses to pretend. It's funny, it's real, and it's very, very Nikki. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Nikki Glaser's level of honesty about her personal life is refreshing and admirable, or does it cross a line? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a story like this one. We read every single comment, and this is exactly the kind of conversation we live for.